Puts it up for three. Dudley's long-range jumper won't go. Fires away. Curry's shot won't go. The two defenders converge. Fires away for two. His jump shot won't go.
It's hard to pass the ball out of a great double team because
tie game. It's all come down to this final possession. From way downtown. For the win. Still tied up after overtime. Let's go to another OT.
We've got ourselves overtime here on ESPN, and the action continues after this short break.
Overtime begins. Here we go. Terrific block by Gasol. Dudley draws the double teams. It's up and in.
look, you can't give up layups like that. You got to protect the basket and the paint at all costs.
On the drive. Nice soft touch.
Sometimes the simplest plays are the hardest ones to execute. Good layup.
There's the double team right there, and it won't fall.
The double team came hard and high and to the post player's body. That's what forced the difficult shot attempt and the miss.
Shows off the handle.
The two defenders swarm. Antetokounmpo against Gasol. Double team closing in. A good look for two. Dudley's unable to knock it down. Puts it up for two. It's good. 2-point game.
Hey, there you go. Another lead change. It's been that way the entire night. It won't stop. Back and forth the whole game.
Defense nowhere around. A three-pointer. Dudley's shot from behind the arc won't go. They double him. Gets it off. Knocks it down. 4-point game.
You need guys who can make shots under duress and pressure. That was a well-defended possession, but that man stuck it even against the best defense.
Oh, he's blocked. That's good. A 1-point game.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at that balance, arc, and follow.
The two defenders converge. Strong to the goal. Beautiful move. Goes for the tie. And the overtime period comes to an end. The final score is 34-31. For Jeff Van Gundy and our entire EA Sports crew, this is Mike Breen saying thanks for watching.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bulls stayed strong to get the overtime victory. It was impressive to watch them battle fatigue on their way to a positive result. In the end, their perseverance was rewarded in a grueling game. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Chicago Bulls. The Bucks lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. They did a great job with their ball movement, forcing the defense to constantly make adjustments. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for the win. The Bucks relied on these guys for their scoring here today.
Game trap. 3-point field goal percentage.
The common theme in this game was the lack of accuracy from long range. It's hard to justify shooting that many threes when the results turn into some ugly numbers.
Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game. Let's have a look at the shot chart.
Who was cold?
Dutton didn't move the net much at all in what turned out to be a frustrating game. I wonder if he got bad advice, because there's no way he could have thought that shooting that many threes was even helpful for his team. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at the scores from around the league. Take a look at the remaining games. The Bulls clock some overtime for today's win. Teams show their heart in the extra minutes, and it was clearly on display in this matchup. What a great game. It was definitely a thriller. The Bulls were successful in overtime, earning a solid win. It was a remarkable game for the way it ended, but it was also a terrific game overall. I'm glad to have been a part of it.
Welcome to the United Center in Chicago, Illinois, as we get set for the first meeting of the season between the Chicago Bulls and the personnel changes for both sides right now. Big year for the Raptors last year, Jeff. They make the playoffs. They lose a tough first-round series to Brooklyn, but they've got some good young talent. Can they take the next step now?
Well, you think about it, Mike. I don't think many people know, unless you're heavily involved in the NBA, what a great basketball.
Wilson shot. Swatted. And that's it. Time runs out. The final score is 21-12. For Jeff Van Gundy and our entire EA Sports crew, this is Mike Breen saying thanks for watching and good night.
It's time for NBA action, and it's brought to you by ESPN on EA Sports. I'm your host, Jalen Rose. The Chicago Bulls are getting ready for this matchup against the Brooklyn Nets. We send it now to Mike Breen and Jeff Van Gundy with the call.
Welcome to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. It's a Veterans Day special as we get set for the one and only meeting of the season between the Brooklyn Nets and the Chicago Bulls.
Thanks for joining us today, along with Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand.
As this one gets underway, what's the game plan here for the Nets?
It's simple. A lot of
And time runs out. The final score is 30-27 for Jeff Van Gundy and our entire EA Sports crew. This is Mike Breen saying good night.
Welcome to this presentation of NBA basketball, brought to you by ESPN on EA Sports. I'm your host, Jalen Rose. The Chicago Bulls are set to face off against the Philadelphia 76ers. We send it now to Mike Breen and JVG for the call.
Welcome to the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
It's Thursday night NBA, presented by ESPN on EA Sports, as we get set for the one and only meeting of the season between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Chicago Bulls. As this one gets underway, what's the game plan here for the 76ers?
I love the championship pedigree of Pau Gasol, a two-time NBA champion. Remember, the Lakers were stuck in mediocrityville before they got Pau Gasol for their championship run. Even with Kobe Bryant,
Chicago's making a few personnel changes here. The clock runs out and this game is over. The final score is 22-17. For Jeff Van Gundy and our entire EA Sports crew, this is Mike Breen saying thanks for watching.